like what is a blueprint of attacks, and basically cyber kill chain is a security framework, and it was developed long back ago, and where it describes step by step process of how attackers follow. Okay, proceed or follow. Okay, like how he organize himself to detect and to gather information, and how organizations can stop all these things at each state. Okay, or each stage. So basically there will be seven stages of cyber kill chain. Okay, where first would be, let's understand, see, this is cyber kill chain diagram where weaponization, recognition, delivery, exploitation, command and control, actions on objectives. Okay, these will be the steps or stages. Steps in the sense how we can protect. Okay, stages in the sense how we can avoid at each state or each stage. Okay, so here cyber kill chain is a systematic framework, as we do have MITRE framework also, right? Which is in-depth framework. And here it is a framework like overview of all those MITRE framework. Okay, it was developed by Lockheed Martin, and this model will help us as a security professionals to understand the attack methodology. Okay, by mapping adversary tactics, specific phrases, and defenders as of us will gain a strategy as of an advantage, like where we can stop and how we can revert that attack back. Okay, framework transforms incident response, like how we can respond to those attacks via preventing bigger incident happen. Okay, and framework, it will also where how we can stop and what all the rules we need to write. Okay, the model becomes fundamental modern cyber security operations, influencing everything for sim rule to threat intelligence analysis. So as we discussed, like there are seven stages of cyber kill chain. First is reconnaissance. Okay. Second one is weaponization. Third one is delivery. Fourth one is exploitation. Fifth one is installation. Sixth one is command and control. And seventh one is actions and objectives. And what would be the goal of an attacker? Reconnaissance, intelligence gathering. Okay, weaponizations, creating malicious payload. Okay, then delivery, transmitting the weapon. Okay, next what is exploitation? Trigger vulnerability. Installation, establishing persistence. And sixth one is command and control. Okay, then and seventh one is actions and objectives, where how what are his at last goals and what he want to achieve based on his attack. Okay, the cyber kill chain will give us a comprehensive view over attack progression, like at which stage or level the attack is right now. Okay, it will help us as a SOC analyst to detect the behavior and critical junctions, like where we can stop or where we can get logs. Okay, It will also helps us to create playbook across cybersecurity industry. So why this framework matters to you or to us as a cybersecurity, where real world applications will be there, defense strategies would be there, technical integration is there, career advancement is there. So real world applications in the sense demonstrates the exactly how an attack, sophisticated attack will unfold the enterprise level environment in the sense our what we call organization level of environment. Okay, from initial reconnaissance, information gathering to final data extractions in the sense data exfiltration in the sense where data could be taken or attacker would have taken our data or encrypt our data. Okay, from starting point to end stage of whole attack story would be there. Okay, here different strategies in the sense identifies and identifies the key points where from where we can like if as an example we had yesterday we had an example of phishing, right? So if it has been the user has been affected by a phishing email, so even though he clicked on that phishing email, how we can protect or how we can stop this execution. Okay, technical integrations where a SIM correlations rule would be there, security logs will be there, and malware reverse engineering in the sense like understanding the whole attack story in a backward way. Okay, like as it has been affected right now. We could not identify it at this stage, but we identified at last. So we'll go back into timeline logs, we'll understand each and every steps and we'll understand the correlations of the logs from each and every different sources, like how it came into our environment. Okay. Career advancements like SOC analyst, like it will also help us in our interview questions, our security plus certifications and all. Okay. Hmm. So first stage is reconnaissance. What is reconnaissance? Reconnaissance is nothing but intelligence gathering or information gathering. During reconnaissance, what an attacker would do? Attacker operates stealth mode, collecting detailed intelligence about their target. Like if he's an attacker and you are the victim, this is victim laptop or his environment. Okay, he'll try to scan and he'll try to do each and everything to get info or detailed information. Okay, where he'll and their triggering defense systems where he'll try where if there are any defense systems as we did an scan over metasploitable machine. So at first stage if the first scan should be possible or it should fail. Okay, fail in the sense there are some security tools or devices there in their environment. If it is possible, then we'll get an understanding that there are no security tools or security uh, devices in their environment. Okay, common reconnaissance activities. So network scanning, port scanning, OSINT gathering like employee name informations, his email format and organization structure from LinkedIn also or company website, where in company websites and LinkedIn will get the position position in the sense designation of his, like how many years he has been into that organizations and what he do, what is his role, each and everything would we can get from LinkedIn and other open websites where we do post our informations like social media and all. Technology fingerprints in the sense identify the software versions, frameworks, potential vulnerabilities. Okay, so how we can correlate this uh, in real time? So we'll take an example as we already did an nmap scan, right? First we did ping whether it is working or not, nmap scan. We also used nessus, right? Essentials. Here we found the establishment of the connection. Here we scan ports. Here in this we scanned ports as well as we got the vulnerable whether there are any vulnerabilities in the machine or in an organization. Okay, so network scanning, port enumeration, information gathering, like we can do social engineering and we can find fingerprints in the sense it will all come under nessus scan, right? We got versions of software and we also got CVE potential vulnerabilities where we can go into Google and we can search over like how we can exploit this vulnerability. So basically 87 percentage of attack or information gathering would begin from here only. Like attack begins with reconnaissance. Recon in the sense reconnaissance, which is nothing but overall information gathering, where he'll understand your what he'll do. He'll understand your environment, like how you work in your organization, like what all protocols you do have. Like it would take months, years, or it would take a week or within a day also attacker would gather all this information. Recurrence is all about information gathering, whether it could be technical data or it could be general data, what like who the attacker, whoever he is targeting, so he'll gather information in this stage. So weaponization, like here what he'll do, he'll after information gathering, he'll try to create payloads, okay, or he'll prepare a malicious file, okay, or and he may gather an exploit or a malware he would use against who, against target or against us, an attacker. So example what he would do when he got to know that there are no security controls, he would act as if he's an employee or student who is uh, who is in search of job. So here what he'll do, he'll target HR because HR will see PDFs, and also he'll create a Trojan file. Okay. So here what he'll do, he'll create a PDF which consists of malicious code or malicious file. Whenever HR as a target for an attacker, he may open that file. Suddenly what would have happened? His machine got infected. Okay. So exploitation selection, payload creation, delivery packaging. First, he'll choose the way how he want to target that victim. Then what he'll do, he'll create a payload, in the sense it could be a malware, it could be Trojan file, it could be any kind of file which will affect his environment or his endpoint. Okay, then what he'll do, he'll delivery packaging, in the sense he'll try to replicate the legitimacy that it is not malicious, so that a victim unintentionally download that file into his laptop, or he may click on that link, he may try to log in into those websites. Okay, weaponization techniques, embedding macros in office documents. Okay, creating malicious PDFs, targeting Adobe Reader vulnerabilities, developing zero-day exploit for unpatched software, obfuscation code to avoid antivirus. Okay, here he tries to make a mechanism where he will further use this to attack or to exfiltrate the data. Okay, next, at stage 3, he'll deliver that, or he'll move a further step where he will uh, deliver that malicious file into his environment. How he can do that? It could be a phishing campaign where he would try to send an email with malicious files or links, or malicious URLs, like he may give you an ad or a poster which consists of malicious link, which you click on that and you will be redirected to a page which is not legitimate, and you may find it as a good page or a harmless page, so that you would try to log in into that, or you try to get some benefit of that, but unintentionally you are getting victimed by that attacker. Okay, physical media, what it could be, it could be a usb or USB device, where sometimes our laptops would not have security controls, that no port should be connected when the laptop is locked or when the laptop is turned off. Okay, so he'll, during reconnaissance only, he'll try to gather each and every information, and at last he would do watering hole attack, where compromise websites frequently visiting target organizations. Okay, so real time scenario would be like employee receiving an email where the subject would have an urgency, like you are urgent your January salary slip or pay slip, action required. So as an employee, I may think that the email has been from organization or from HR team, so that they want me to see and like validate that payroll. Okay, where from where it would also appear as our company name, there could be some typo spot, right? We could not have identified, because as we humans have tendency to click or to open each and everything before getting into that, right? That's the reason we do have security tools which will go via technique, so that, and via validation. We humans don't validate each and everything every time, right? But security tools will validate each and everything at a time. So like there could be a PDF, right, which could contain some weaponized exploitations or some Trojan file which has been crafted by an attacker, which could make us feel that it is an legitimate. Got it? So exploitation. In exploitation, what he'll do, as right now what he did at first stage, he did recon he did. Then second stage, he did weaponization, where he found a mechanism, or he drafted a tool or a payload. Then third stage, what he did the delivery. Okay, like gathering information, preparing tools, then delivering. Like at last, he was successful to implant that malware into your organization. After that, what would be his further step? It is exploitation, where he'll find the vulnerabilities within your laptop, or within your OS version, or within your application, via which he is trying to attack, or he's trying to get an access. So, and at this critical gesture, like attacker's code begins executed on victim system, exploit vulnerabilities in software. Like he'll, if there is any weakness, he'll try to break that weakness and try to get into it, or he'll try to find an escape route after uh, he's doing any malicious activity. And he will, like, if you do have an administrator password where it is weak, so he'll gather all the information, then he'll try to change the configurations over there. Okay, what triggers exploitation? Okay, user interaction, software vulnerability. Triggers in the sense here, like how it is possible that exploitation could have attempted. It could be first, it could be user interaction, where you and me could open an email or click on a suspicious or malicious link, or we could have downloaded some uh, pirated software from some websites. Okay, which will be bundled up with many kind of trojan, or threat files would be there within that. Okay, so second would be like software vulnerability. Like if you are not updating our softwares regularly, so the outdated softwares will have some or the other weakness, or some or the other vulnerabilities, like which have been exploited by some other attacker previously. So that's the reason we need to be updated each and everything. Okay, 0-day exploitation, in the sense the attacker would be too genius that he found some vulnerability so that he can bypass the security measures. Okay, configuration weakness, in the sense like default credentials and disable security features, or misconfigured services, right? Hmm. Technical execution flow would be like how would be the flow. So it would be like at first stage, it would be the malicious file is opened or executed. Then exploit code target specific vulnerabilities. Then it would be security controls are bypassed or evaded, in the sense they are not identified, or they were bypassed. Okay, shell code gain the initial execution, the first step of execution has been happened. Then system resources or compromise. Resources or compromise, in the sense each and everything which were there within our organization or within our system, the attacker got an fully furnished um, road or a path to get and to check each and everything, or to make changes in your organization. Okay. At next, like after exploitation, as he got another pathway, so what he'll do, he'll try to install some other malwares. so that he can be in your organization for a long time. Okay, or else he would try to do a lateral movement within your organization from one system to another system. He would try to get into your server room via internet, where he would try to get the data from your database. Each and everything would be possible after this installation. Okay, in this installation what would have happened? See, successful exploitation was done. Attacker moved quickly to install persistent backdoors. Okay, that survive your system reboot. Each and everything would be monitored by an attacker after this installation, because he would try to install a script where he will get each and every log from your, or like whatever you are doing, like when you are logging into your systems, like what all websites you are visiting, each and everything would be monitored by an attacker. Stage is critical for attackers because initial exploits often provide only violation access. So it is very critical for an attacker in the sense where this is a crucial step where he'll try to install a rootkit setup, or he'll try to create an another user, right? Because and he would try to imitate each and everything. You would try to create an active directory account within your organization, as he has all your admin password. But sometimes if he did any mistake via this execution, or via this installation, then some those security tools are good enough so that they can identify that there is some new user, or we as a people, we as an organization would have monitored these things, because these are very physical in nature. Because if someone new person is coming like without any confirmation, so we would have an validation whether is he the person from your organization only. We would have asked questions to them. That's the reason we would try to make the work very easy in this step, or very smoothly. Register manipulation, registry manipulation, in the sense the registry keys would be there within our devices, within our laptops. We would try to change them, modify them. Okay, because in registry keys also we do have traces, like what have happened, what have been changed. He would schedule tasks, where creating tasks that execute at log on, time based execution triggers, event triggers, and service installation, in the sense deploy malware in Windows services, masquerading as legitimate process, running with system privileges. Like at first stage, what he was coming from outside, but right now he is in your system. He's trying to do each and everything which will resemble as if they are legitimate. File system handling, in the sense like plating files, excuse me, plating files in system directory. He would try to change the system directory or paths when he is doing anything. Alternate data stream, ADS, and rootkit level file hiding techniques. He could be very sharp, that he could use same services. Like, see, file name would be SVC host 32.exe, which is service host 32.exe, which runs each and every application within your Windows laptop. Like whenever we do find this file as executing, will make it as it is legitimate, means it is unexpected. But what is happening at backend, it is not legitimate, it is been acting out by an attacker, right? So when the file names are changed, and when the execution level is changed via attacker, this will happen. So he is using Windows System 32, which is an legitimate path folder to execute that file, or is so we won't raise a concern over here because everything is going legitimately. Okay. And stage 6 would be command and control, where he will try to get into your servers and allow controls. Example like HTTPS is there, C2 control, DNS tunneling is there, encryption channels are there, VPN tunneling is there, Ethernet channel is there via your switch. Who try to create or you try to configure another switch which is dead right now, right? But he is doing everything with admin privileges. What we would think that it is an administrator level account, only legit persons will have the access. So we would have not take consider we would not have considered this into our uh, analysis picture. Common C2 technique would be like HTTPS tunneling, where malicious malware communication over port 443. Generally, when something is over port 443, then there would be rules in firewalls and in our security tools that it should allow, whether it is data incoming or outgoing. Like if it is port 80, like which is HTTP, it should not be allowed. But right now, what is happening? Everything is not legitimate, but the connection is over 443. So it would hide in our systems only, right? Or then next would be DNS tunneling, where encode data in DNS queries to bypass firewall restrictions. Because DNS tunneling is the phase where uh, every IP or domain name system would have been provided by an administrator within organization, that these are only allowed. So what he would do, he would change that in his database so that he can easily do work which isn't legitimate, but he'll try to do each and everything in a perfect manner, right? Where next would be cloud platforms leveraging Dropbox, Google Drive, or where this would be a common stage where data can be sent from one person to another person. Like if I am using my Gmail in within my organization, it is possible that I can dump the organization files into my Google Drive without even attaching any physical pen drive to my laptop, right? Like if I, as a person having malicious intent within my organization, I can use this also. But attacker would need to go with each and every stage so that he can get into this level, right? Domain Fonting, in the sense hiding true C2 destinations behind the legitimate CDN domains, right? What will happen? Like he'll try to hide the actual destination so that even after we got to know that this has been happened, we should not found any traces. Fast flux network means rapid change of IP address to avoid blocking list. Like if someone is trying to do or trying to ping you from one IP, then what automatically will happen by security tools? They will block those IPs. So what he'll do, he'll get to know the threshold value of the IP. Like from one IP, what are the limits? Like it should only act 3 times. So he'll try to make sure that it should be only 3 times. Then next time we will try to use another IP. So it would be three times for us, but for an attacker, he is using multiple IPs and he is using multiple 333s, right? Next, last stage would be our actions and objectives, like what is his motive at last. Final stage to represent mission accomplishment. Attacker execute their ultimate goals after establishing complete complete control, because he do has right now what he's having, like he's having each and every control for your organization. One second. Sorry. So here what will happen, data data exfiltration, where stealing of sensitive information including intellectual properties, customer database, financial records, credentials, and business data through encrypted channel. Second would be ransomware deployment, where he'll encrypt each and everything, like your laptop data would have been encrypted. Here, what he'll ask you monetary, because he may not found that data so useful so that he can release that into dark web, or he could sell that outside. That's the reason he'll opt for this option. Privilege escalations. What he'll do, exploit additional vulnerabilities to gain administrator or system level access. Privilege escalations in the sense, privilege in the sense the person admin should have all the privileges. Means he can delete account, he can create account, he can add some user, he can make change in policies, right? But if uh, a normal employee won't have that admin level privileges, so he'll try to gain that privilege account. Like if they shut down this machine also, he will have an another backup account so that he can perform each and everything parallelly. Lateral movement in the sense, when the attack is happening in, he was the first victim, he used some malware like via phishing, he installed, everything has happened. Then what he'll do, he'll go via network to another endpoint, because everything would be LAN connection, right? So here he'll go to another, because whenever you are within an organization, some you will have some level of access, right? One IP, you can ping another laptop, you can ping a server, you can get information from server. So he'll try to move from one system to another system, that is known as lateral movement, spreading across the network to compromise additional systems like the server, domain controls, DCs, or expanding the breach footprint systematically, right? Evade destruction, where clearing security logs, removing forensic artifacts, means he will clear each and every log, like what happened, like how he got access. He'll try to do that at last stage, because he do have full control over our system. So he can try to delete the log from, like how he came, he would try to delete that email, right? So in order that we as a security person should not find him, he'll do each and everything which is possible for him in this and future access. He'll also create some tools, so that like if they remediate now also, but in future he can, even though he like after one, it's been 1 month that he asked for ransom amount, so that he'll decrypt your data. So you will pay some lakhs of amount or crores of amount to him or dollars. So you will pay him. So he'll give you key. But after some time, when he wants again, because he had already created a backdoor for himself, he'll try to get into your organization again and he'll try to make that changes again and he'll try to ask each and again. This is what happens real time. And see, these are the like full attack chain via like real world scenario is there like attack performing nmap scan. This is how we are trying to like correlate with each and everything how we can do all these things. Okay, what would be our key takeaways? So here, one second. So how we understand the attack autonomy, like autonomy in the sense the structure, the skull of cyber kill chain, breaking the chain, how we can stop the attacker at each stage, real world applications, and like in like at last it would be our career development so that we'll know like how and what would be the attacker's perspective. Fahim?
Yes, Raman bhai.
Like, do you have any doubts within each and every stage? You can have a picture over here. Like, if you would have asked me, like, I'll explain you like how he'll try to give. Like, if you do have any scenario, if you want to ask any scenario, ask me so we can proceed with that also.
Yeah, I do have one.
Okay.
Like you told, like if he gets into a system and he can delete the logs,
Hmm.
and so he can do that.
Yes. Yes.
So no one will in the organization know that someone have entered into your organization
Ah.
if he deletes the docs and everything.
Yes. But there would be another security concern for us as a security person. He generally no logs would be deleted, right? Logs would be like right now what is the time? 8:47 seconds will also be taken picture. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there should be continuity between each log. Log would be there, timeline would be there. But if he deleted this log and we do have after like suddenly there is a log which is at 9, so there is a concern, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have we can also take an example of that log in the sense we can take a cctv footage is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What an attacker or a person within organization he did some unwanted thing and he tried to delete that footage at that time. But here for CCTV also we do have a timeline, right? So if
Okay.
we found sudden deviation from time, we'll try to get into deep over there. So this is how like if log has also been deleted, we will try to monitor like there the RCA would be there, like root cause analysis would be doing like each and every log we'll be checking. Like it would take sometimes months and like 2 months, 3 months, 5 months also it will take sometimes because every second, every millisecond when the log is generating, it will take much time for us to analyze and to get into it. Okay.
What if and then suppose I'm working as an employee and I want to cheat my company and I have deleted and I don't let the person, I mean, I don't let the organization know. So then, okay, I got confused with that question just a second. See,
No problem.
if you deleted the logs from 8:47 to 9 and
Hmm.
no one have noticed, I mean, like we usually notice the timeline of each and every log.
No, we won't notice like until there is some scenario We
Mm-hmm.
won't find anything. Like we won't get into deep logs until we found something suspicious or something would have happened. See, that's the reason this is in last stage.
Okay.
Huh? Because see one thing, like we won't uh, uh, we won't analyze a person, or we won't monitor a person until the person behavior is deviating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a person was good while till last month, but suddenly there is a change, behavior change was there in his uh, in him.
Mm-hmm.
So what we'll do, we'll monitor him 24 by 7, like what he is doing, where he is going, to whom he is talking. So we'll go in depth over that time only until we found something suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Until
So
we found,
that's.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
So like until we found that the file is missing, we won't search for it, right? When there is a need,
Mm-hmm.
then only we'll check into that. That's the reasons we do
Okay.
have security measures and controls over applications, that it will not even allow you to search beyond the list which has been allotted by an organization. Like previously there were many loopholes within organizations, that you can even use your laptop, you can go anywhere, you can use Facebook, you can use Instagram, you can play games in your laptop, right? But right away there are many security measures that you can't even search for a legit website within your office organization. You cannot even browse, and you cannot even get into that website until there is a permission, or they whitelist that website for you.
Mm-hmm.
For that also you will need to go via procedure, where you need to raise a concern with your manager that I need this website, it is useful for our organization. Then they'll analyze that website, whether it is outdated, whether it is good website, or whether it is useful for our organization. Then it will go for vice president level of whitelisting, because each and every step you take in your organization will be very precious, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to
So.
huh.
Mhm. So what I'll give you example like back in India when I used to work with Accenture, like we do
Hmm.
have an open access to everything. We used to
Hmm.
open YouTube and we used
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
open
Hmm.
like third-party applications or third-party websites as well to watch any series and all.
Hmm.
So I
That
mean why
time,
they have left it open?
huh? So that time there could be some like there is not in-depth DNS filtration, where YouTube is a genuine one, right? N-
Yes.
No one reported it, no one will report it, that IP, and there
Hmm.
would be no malicious activities observed by that, right?
Yes.
So they would not have gone in depth so that they can evade or they can stop the access of that website. But right away, I think in Accenture or in Capgemini, there are
Hmm.
some controls that, like if you won't even uh, move your mouse for some couple of seconds, it will cut a ticket to your management, or it will raise a concern to your management also. I think you have found that in social media.
No, I don't. I'm not aware
Ha
of
ha
that.
ha. Like if you won't
Because.
even, if we are not on our system, like
Hmm.
if that mouse is not even moving for 20 seconds or 30 seconds, that means you are not doing any work. See, like how in-depth
Uh,
monitoring is has been going right now.
that's a micromanagement.
Yeah,
Because I used to do work from home, so I used to not sit for in front of the laptop for like maybe more than 2-3 hours because we don't have
uh,
that much of
yeah.
work to do.
But right now, each and everything is been under micromanagement, because there are many security concerns which are going throughout multiple companies. That's the reason the each
Mm-hmm.
and every policy is been getting strict over days.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of vacancies in Hyderabad right now for security analysts.
Yes, there are many. Like
Mm.
if you do have knowledge and understanding, like how you do, like how you get into that scenario, it's very easy to get a job.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like how many rounds of interview we have?
Like we do have basically, see, there would be a sometimes as there would be a paper level of exam, like so security measures, like we do have, they may ask you questions based on MITRE framework or cyber kill chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then first round would be of basic examination. Then second round would be technical. Third round would be manager round, where managers also the people who are in cyber security who would be like from 15 to 20 years within same domain.
Mm-hmm.
Based on your level, they'll ask you questions, and at last there would be an HR round, which is very easy. Nothing need not to concern about that round. There
Yeah,
will
like
be
main round
basically
is of technical.
technical and managerial round, because there would be some scenario based questions.
Okay. A lot of competition in Hyderabad as well then.
Just like because like lakhs of students are coming out of colleges right now, like
Mm-hmm.
from there is no boundaries, so that ki north people can't work in south, so every organization is very competitive right away. But we do
Right now,
have
yeah.
many openings for cybersecurity, because there are many government concerns also, so that in order to fulfill that, even small companies are hiring cybersecurity professionals, so that their data and their organization should stand out, that anyone can get into them and anyone can use their facilities, because as point of business, when we are using their facilities, the data between two organizations should be private, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if there are no protocols, that the data would not be private, so they won't be having business further, and the government would not be certifying them that they are good and they are very, what we call, they are very secured.
Secured and legitimate, yeah.
Huh. So in
Because
order to get, huh.
2 weeks back, man, the DoorDash is a food delivery app. They
Yes,
have
yes, yes.
an
Yeah.
like they have been penalized with like hundred more than $100 million from by the
Hmm.
government. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
They
I
have
also got to know that one of my friend is in US. So there is a bypass technique in DoorDash that they want to implement, like bypass in the sense, like whenever you open DoorDash, you need to take a selfie, I guess,
yes.
to verify.
Mm-hmm.
It will open your camera. But what is happening, some people are using some vulnerabilities within DoorDash, that they are bypassing the camera feature and they are redirecting that feature to your gallery, so that you can pick an image from your gallery and you can upload it and it will verify it.
Wow. I
Yeah,
don't know this.
you can search over internet, you will find that as well as.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of security things that is happening around the
Yeah.
world, and we are
Yes,
here to
yes, yes.
protect them.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So also
Oh,
remember, I have one doubt. As you
yes, yes.
shared the phase one with Ritika
Okay.
um, for week 1 and 2. So we haven't done with Wireshark and like what is PCAP analyst report and network map.
So, Wireshark we haven't done. Like, we can also, like, these are labs, right? We can go in depth for this also. We can try to, what we call, We'll try to do that
Mm-hmm.
also like within next or next week, where these hands-on labs are not. We'll make it, but right now the concepts are important for you. I introduce that because the first layer would be network, right? In
Yes.
order to understand those things, I have made that lab also. So we'll do that also. PCAP means like here we'll be monitoring traffic over Wireshark only, where we'll be checking whether the response has been done and there is back, like when you search for any website, you do request, and then the response which will come back to you will be second. Then again you are going to that, it will be three handshaking over there, where in that we can manipulate, we can try to manipulate. I'll show you if it is possible practically. We'll also get it like a concept. I can make you go through it, because there we need to intercept the traffic between us and that website, and we can
Mm-hmm.
change the digit within that Wireshark so that it will go
Okay.
network, and I think network map also.
Network map diagram.
Uh,
Like, what is this?
that is nothing like we do have firewall. Like how do organizations have? They have firewall, router, switch. Next, what
Acha.
we do have switch. We do have two switches. We do have two firewalls, because what we call redundancy. Everything will be taken care by organization, and then we do have endpoint. We do have server. That is what the network map.
Acha.
Like
So in
you
packet
should have.
tracer,
You can. We can. You can. I think you have done.